Hello, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on VR applications or applications you can use to play games with your VR headset in VR primarily. Um, this is just to get everything together in one video for any new people who may just be starting out because initially I had to find all this on my own. And it would just been real nice to have all of it just in one place. So let's just get to it real quick. First thing is UEVR injector. Um, it just injects any UEVR, any VR, any my bad, any Unreal Engine 4 or 5 game. Um, Unreal Engine 4 games are pretty performant, but Unreal Engine 5 games, you need a beast of a PC. Um, some Unreal Engine 5 games might be able to work on all off and low on weaker systems, but no promises. So we're just gonna go here, and these are the games that I got to work um just by default, no options for the most part. Um, if we go, um, man, I don't want to take forever on this. Um, but these settings, all right, let's see. I'll just launch. Just so I can show you these settings real quick. The important settings. Okay. All right, here we go. And so we go down here all the way to the bottom. Here. VR render method. Native stereo works for some games, but sync sequential has the most compatibility. Some games it's just for shadow, some games so just straight up crash. Um, mm, I don't really want to show you. It looks nice. Um, there's some settings to keep in mind of in-game. You have an in-game menu, and there's settings like world scale under Unreal in the in-game menu. There's a world scale option. Um, which it changes how big and small things look. It kind of depends on the game, but and there's also camera options that let you move it closer to the side, whatever. Um, so it's real good. It's real good. Um, it's not gonna work with a lot of games, at least in my experience initially. Like only two of or three of the 9 games I had initially tried worked. Um, so just keep that in mind. Not all games are gonna work, but these are the games that I got working. Um, and Dragon Ball Z, other people got working perfectly um without much bother. Um, I think Dragon Ball and Jedi are both sync sequential. But to move on from that, my bad. Dolphin VR is another thing. Um sorry for all the Mm. So Wii games haven't been getting to work. They render really weird. Really weird. Um you have like a smaller render window, and then everything outside of that is just in and out. Um, GameCube games work better, um, but they're still not perfect. Um, Cars, honestly, I haven't been able to get a game to work in VR. Cars, worked for the most part, but it had some weird ghosting issues that just was too much. Um, but you don't have to play VR with this. This also works with just 3D stereoscopic. So you go to um, graphics enhancements and you got stereoscopic right here. Um, Side by side, all of these. My favorite is OSVR. Um, it just it just makes it, I don't know. It's just I don't know what these things really do. But here in the virtual desktop we have the half SPS and full SPS. Um so at least with the OSVR and the Wii's resolution um or scaling, it works with the full SPS. And I think that just looks better than the half SPS. Um with games like Super Mario Galaxy that has a pointer, you want to go in here into depth percentage, and I just set it to max. I just set it to max. Um, I always set the convergence to 1,000. I honestly don't think it does anything. I'm not really sure. Like I do it and then I just like okay, but I just do it out of habit now. Um, but yeah, depth percentage will help with like the cursor, the Wii cursor. And so it's actually accurate or as accurate as you can get it. Um, Gecko codes, just a quick rundown on this. If you want to add gecko codes, um, you just add a little thing, little brackets like this. Just like, man, sorry. Yeah, you just type gecko, bro. You just put gecko like that, I'm pretty sure. Probably capitalized to be honest. Gecko. And you just put brackets around it. Dude. Alright. Gecko. You put $, name, and this is your code. And you put the code. Alright. But yeah, that's how you would enter gecko code into this. That was really nice for Super Mario Galaxy where I was able to use it to fly around. Um, so that was really cool. Um, Now aside from Dolphin VR, um, and UE VR, there is supposedly a VR fork for Simu. Um, haven't tried it, haven't looked at it, but apparently it exists. Um, the Dolphin VR you can also use to run GameCube and or sorry, N64 Virtual Console games. Um, I'm not sure if they work in VR either. To be honest, I haven't been able to get any of the VR here to work for the most part because my Steam VR stopped working. Um, and on that note, there's actually um, Open Composite. Um, it bypasses Steam VR entirely. Anything that will launch Steam VR, it I'm not sure on the details, but it just moves it to your headset, or OpenXR, whatever. I don't know. Um, but yeah, you just run this, tell it to switch to Open Composite. You can switch to Steam VR. Um, but I have been using it to run the Dolphin VR and while we're still on the top of emulators, 3D Send VR. Really cool. You can play a lot of NES games in VR. Um, it makes them to little 3D pixels. Some games are better than others. I really like Galaga and The Legend of Zelda. Both really great games to be playing in 3D. Legend of Zelda especially, I never really got too far until I started playing it on 3D Send. And then I beat the first boss at least. Um, let's see. Let's see. Dolphin VR. These are just other um things. If you guys don't know, Flashpoint is for Flash games. I play Pop Tropica. Let's see. Okay, we got games. There's also Open XR. This just is supposed to make it run better, more performant. You can disable it. I'm sorry, what does that say? I already. Well, I've been having that disabled for a minute. That's fine. Whatever. Um, yeah, it. I haven't noticed like anything huge in terms of increase, but it hasn't hurt at least. So um, we also have Discords. Dolphin VR has its own Discord. Um, which is honestly pretty dead, I think. Except for announcements. Yeah, you get announcements sometimes. Sometimes. So you just got an announcement just a couple days ago. Flat screen to VR, modern community. You get more announcements. And in fact, just yesterday, I found out about this game through this announcement. I just happened to have Discord opened. Um, and it's a support of a old VR bullet hell game. Um, Super cool. Um, I also used the Open Composite to launch this. Um, Def 3D. For 3D, you can use reshade like just for like any game. Um, it's okay. It's not great. Um, yeah, I would just rather just play a game that actually works in VR. Um, or play a game in Dolphin that's 3D. Because it doesn't really have a lot of artifacts or anything, unlike um the reshade. Reshade tends to have a lot of artifacts, especially around objects. You also have GL11, which is for NVIDIA cards. Doesn't seem to have it here. I think Dolphin VR subreddit. P4. There's also Vorpex. Vorpex is also a program that does 3D to VR or yeah. Vorpex here G11. Yeah, G11 does only 3D. Um, but Vorpex does VR and 3D. Um, yeah, but I think that's about all of it. Um, I hope this was useful. Video. I don't have a script. I'm just doing this right off. Um, early in the morning. It's freaking like 8, 10. Making sure I haven't gotten anything. I haven't left anything out. Yeah, I think I'm good.